What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new one. As you can see, beautiful sunset behind us. I know it's been around like 2 weeks of inactivity, but I've been struggling with COVID, unable to make any videos or like really do much, but we're back to it and I'm excited that you're here with me. So the main theme of this video is that there's a season for everything. You know, you may have a massive calling over your life, but God must prepare you for that. And in my experience, it's exactly what isolation seasons have been. Seasons where you could only focus on the Lord, getting closer to Him. And it's a season of testing and hardship. But right after Jesus got baptized, He spent 40 days in the desert to be tempted, to grow His character, to grow His discipline. So I believe that the main goal that God has with these isolation seasons, because again, there's a season for everything, is to really prepare us for whatever that calling is. Obviously, Jesus gave His life. He had the purpose that saved all of us. But for you, it's to seek His kingdom first in this isolation season, for Him to add whatever that calling is. For me, that calling has been found in my gifts, but the difference between now and back then is money was an idol for me. My heart wasn't truly for the kingdom. So He had to cut it off, despite, success back in the day. He had to cut it off because I wasn't ready, and put me through isolation periods so I could truly develop a heart that's for the kingdom, that is really like, if I have God, then I have everything. He wants you to get to that point, to know that you lack nothing in God's presence, for Him to bring that gift through you to the world. And it's really all isolation. As you walk closer to Christ, I guarantee you're going to lose your friends. The circle going to keep getting smaller, but it's perfect just in time for winter art, so we're not complaining. It's so much better in my experience to be surrounded by a few select people who are actually going to bring you closer to God, who are on the same journey, same path as you, rather than being surrounded by tens of fake friends. So just know that in Christ is living, and to die is gain. So the more you die to yourself, deny the flesh, and die to things that aren't really meant for you. If you pray the prayer of God, remove everything from my life, everything that is not of you, consider it gain if you lose those things, because they're getting in the way of your calling, right? Short term it might suck, but long term, God has a calling over your life and He wants to bring it to light. So just know that there's hope, to not despair in any seasons of isolation, because I guarantee you're going to walk out of it 10 times better. In terms of while you're in that isolation season, I hinted at it before, but Matthew 6:33, you have to stay in His word, stay in prayer, or else you're just kind of depressed and isolated. If you're not actually making the most of it, if you're not seeing it as an opportunity for growth, then it is a waste of time and there is reason to be worried. So make sure you're keeping your eyes of your heart on the Lord, so you could grow spiritually in Him, right? In John 15, it says that Christ is the vine and we're the branch. So if you produce good fruit, as He prunes you, He's going to want to give you more, because He sees the fruit that you're producing. Are you producing the fruits of the Spirit? Are you doing works for the kingdom? Do you really have a heart of doing God's will above yours? If you do, then He's going to give you more, right? If not, then He's going to cut you off. So make sure that you're bearing fruit, that you're seeking His wisdom, His guidance, His presence, to be transformed in His presence. We can only be transformed in God's presence. So the more you capitalize on this isolation and get closer to Him, the more you'll make the most of it. And your purpose will be revealed in due time. In my experience, it's been delight in the Lord with your heart, it says in the Bible, and all the desires of your heart will be added. And the more you focus on that, your purpose will just naturally come. God already knows His purpose for you. So I hope this video is very encouraging, edifying for anybody who's been through an isolation season, who's going through one. Trust me, I've been there, and I can just say that it's where some of the most growth is found. So make the most of it, and do not despair. Stay close to God, stay growing, and that's His will, to build your character and to bring you closer to Him. So if you're kind of feeling distant from God, and you're kind of in a state of despair because of this isolation period, join the community below. I think that community and accountability for men is one of the most important things to grow, towards our purpose, our calling, closer to God. So come join the brotherhood. And yeah, I'm going to help you reconnect with God and, beat spiritual stagnation. So I appreciate you watching to the end. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.